In today's video, I want to break down the two swing trades that I took from yesterday into today, making me over $4,000, all using key break and retest and supply and demand levels. After we break down those two swing trades, which I have closed for a profit, I'm going to share with you the trade that I'm currently holding into tomorrow and potentially next week, sitting up on it right now about $2,000. So I want to go ahead and break that down in today's video. So guys, on the screen, you are looking at my SEP IRA in E-Trade. This is a larger account for retirement, which I will trade, and I typically only take swing trades in this portfolio. I will not day trade in this portfolio. That is what I use my Interactive Brokers account for. In this portfolio, I take larger swing trades that I'm very comfortable with and very confident in the certain setup that I'm looking at. So you guys can see here, I'll go ahead and change these dates. You can see that this is all a real account. It's loading here on the screen. I'm going to continue to do this. You can see it's continuing to refresh. $4,030, and we're going to break down this SPY call that I took, and we're going to break down the Tesla calls that I took. This is from yesterday into today, and I want to break down why I took these trades, because these trades have very distinct supply and demand and break and retest setups that I did find confidence in, and this is why I held this into today from yesterday. So let's go ahead and break down those trades. I figured I would also include a quick year-to-date. Now that I'm here, I'll go ahead and change this date back to January 1st to February 9th, and you can see year-to-date up about $8,700 on this portfolio. These are all the swing trades that I've taken in this specific portfolio. So guys, with that out of the way, let's go ahead and start here on the Tesla swing trade that I took from yesterday into today. Now, the reason I was confident in Tesla was the break and retest that we saw of a key $198 level. I was spotting that we had the previous highs here, and we continued to reject around $198. So we rejected here around 198, we rejected here around 198, 198 again here, and again here. And yesterday on Wednesday, we popped above that level. So we got that pop above that 198 level early Wednesday morning, and intraday Wednesday, you can see we consolidated above that level. That type of consolidation is exactly what I'm looking for to confirm that the break and retest is happening. You can see we broke that supply, we invalidated that supply. That previous supply here on Tesla turned into a demand intraday on Wednesday. This is the 30-minute chart, and you can see, look at all these wicks right at that 198 level. If I go down to the 15-minute chart, you can see this a little bit clearer. Right here around this 198 level, you can see we popped above it, we consolidated all day, and this is where I started to set up these swing trades. So here on the Discord chat on the left side of your screen, you can see this is where I will post my swing trades that I do take. You can see here, this was around 1 o'clock yesterday is when I started to get into those SPY February 10th 411 calls. We'll get into that trade next. And around 113 is where I started to get into my Tesla swing trade right here. I got a stop under 198. I grabbed the February next week 200 calls, and I also grabbed some short-term calls as well. So I got into Tesla there around 113, and I got into those SPY calls around 1 o'clock. And what I'll also do in the chat is I'll go to the intraday commentary, and I'll sort of walk you through where my head was and why I was taking this trade, which I will talk to you in this video about, but I figured I would read this as well. So just a quick update on my head right now and where the market is. This is yesterday around 2 o'clock. Still thinking that this pullback, which is from yesterday, is a buying opportunity as long as we hold above this 41.35 level on the ES. I thought that that was a retest level that we could potentially hold. So I was still bullish yesterday, looking to see if that previous demand at 41.35 could hold and we could try to move higher off that level. As you guys know, if you've been watching the market before today, which we did break down that demand today, we were trading in somewhat of a channel on the ES. And when I see us channel trading, I look at those demand lows as buying opportunities, and I look at those supply highs as selling opportunities. And yesterday, near end of day, we were closing near that demand. But back here over to Tesla, we can see we got that break and retest, we got that gap up today, and I was scaling out of that position earlier morning today. Now, I want to break down one more thing here on Tesla. Not only was Tesla a break and retest of this 198 level in the short term, right? We have these short-term rejections, which turned into a very clean break and retest here from yesterday, which gave me the confidence for that swing trade. Not only was it a key level from the last few days, if I go to the 4-hour chart, which gave me even more confidence, this previous double top that you guys see here on the screen, right here and right here, this was the exact same 198 level that I was playing off of. So you can see 198 double top right here and right here. We had a rejection and we had a rejection. This was back in December and this was back in November of last year. We had a double top rejection at 198. Now we can see over the last few days, we couldn't get above that previous double top. yesterday intraday after seeing that Tesla broke that double top from back in December and November, broke that rejection point from the last few days, turned it into a support, right? That's all I need, right? That's my strategy. That's what I do. That's my trading strategy, and I have to take that type of risk. This was a setup that I had a lot of confidence in. This is why I scaled up in my SEP IRA, why I was able to have a larger position size, because if you guys know anything about my trading, if you know my channel, that is textbook break and retest. That is textbook my type of trading, so I had to go for it. It would be wrong of me not to take this trade at this point with how great that technical analysis set up. So that was Tesla, swung it into today from yesterday. I wanted to break this down because this is a great example of how you can swing trade with the break and retest. Not only is it day trading strategy, it's a swing trading strategy, which you can see right here on Tesla from yesterday into today. All right, guys, the next trade that I want to break down, and which also gave me confidence for that Tesla trade, was what the S&P 500 was doing yesterday, why I took those SPY calls, and also how that helped me take my Tesla position. Here is the S&P 500 ETF. This is the SPY ETF. Here is why I took that SPY call swing trade. So you guys know that 410 has been a pretty important level. We had a previous high here at 410. We had a previous high here around 410. And over the last few days, we have continued to hold this 410. So if I go ahead and zoom in here on the hourly chart, you can see that that 410 level has acted as a short-term demand. Now, yesterday, if I'm looking at this 30-minute or hour chart, you can see that as we approached that 410 level yesterday, we had a lot of wicks back to the upside. We had a lot of buyers stepping in here again at that 410 level. That was that previous double top on the 4-hour chart that I just showed you. We came above it, we came back down to it, and we've known that the S&P 500 has been trading in this channel. So when we look at a channel and when we know that we're moving back down to the support, back down to the demand, I want to be looking to see if I could trade this to the upside. I want to see if I could take a demand bounce and see if I could take advantage of that pullback, looking for that opportunity to push it back off that demand. I know that 410 was a very key level yesterday. If we zoom in here on the 1-minute chart, we can see we moved down to that 410 level around 11:30 yesterday, bounced off of it. We came back down into that 410, bounced off of it again, and closed above that level. Now, closing above that 410 level gave me the confidence to take a swing trade, try to see if I can get in towards that 410 low, look for that demand bounce, which we have seen previously, a little bit of a break and retest, a key demand level, and see if I could take that swing trade through into the next day. Now, if I zoom out here, you can see we did hold that 410. We bounced off of it in the after hours and opened up here around 414 for about a 3-point move on the after hour session. Closed my swing trade pretty much right at open this morning. This is the exact move that I was looking for. Just a push off that demand, a push above that 410 level, and try to take profits the next day after we get that push. Now, this 410 demand that stepped up is the reason why I also had confidence in Tesla. I knew that the S&P 500 was holding that level. I saw Tesla hold that retest, so I had confidence on the upside yesterday. I'll go ahead and pop up my tweet from yesterday. If you guys want to follow me on Twitter, I will post some intraday things that I'm looking at. You'll see that I talked about how I'm looking to set up long entries off this 410 level on the SPY around that 4130 on the ES. I felt like the pullback yesterday had some opportunity back to the upside. That was my conviction. Whether it was right, whether it was wrong, I had to take the trade. I have to plan for the uncertainties. Like I talked in my last video, you set up a plan, you accept the uncertainties of trading. That was my plan. I was comfortable with the risk. I put it in my IRA account where I do take larger size, and I was able to close those for a very nice profit, about a $4,000 profit today. Now you can see, if you look at today's price action, we broke that 410 level, and this is very bearish for the market. This is a 40.90 break on the S&P 500, and this is why I did swing trade some puts from today into tomorrow. Hopefully I can make another great video for you about the profit I took, but I'm going to go ahead and show you the swing trade that I did take today into tomorrow. These are on some Meta puts, and this is a huge earnings gap fill that I'm looking to take advantage of. So I'm going to do a quick analysis on that, a little sneak peek of this trade, and then we'll go ahead and wrap up this video. So guys, here is the hourly chart on Meta, and I think we all know Meta had a huge gap up on earnings, which slowed down around this 180 level. This 180 level is where it held up and sort of consolidated for the last few days. Now, I figured if we get a break under 180, which is the low of this candle right here, we would see downside continuation, And with the market breaking that 410 level and with the ES breaking that 4090 level today, I felt confident to swing trade these puts, looking to see if I could take advantage of this void in price action. If I bring up the volume profile, you guys will see the void in price action here. Here is the hourly chart. You have price action up here. You have price action back around 155. And in between that area, you do not have much of anything, right? You have a straight earnings gap up. We are in that gap. If I go to the daily chart, you guys can see right here, we have low volume in this area, a little bit of consolidation, nothing much to be worried about as support. You can see this gap right here that was formed on earnings. I'm in some meta puts sitting up very nicely right now. I will pop it up on the screen. This is where I went ahead and entered in the Discord chat, 1:09 p.m., taking February 10th meta 180 puts, targeting the low volume gap up from ER, and I'm in at 2.15. That was where I went ahead and entered that, alerted it to the group. I know a lot of you guys are up on this right now. This is looking very nice. We do need some more market continuation to the downside for this to work, but I'm really liking this gap. I would be watching this over the next few days. So guys, just wanted to make a video about a pretty big day for me. 2 swing trades making about $4,000, up about $2,000 on that meta. All in all, just about $5,000, $6,000 day for me here on some swing trades. Figured I'd make a video. It was all the break and retest. It was all supply and demand levels. There was nothing else involved. No RSI, no MACD, no EMAs. All it was a supply and demand level on the SPY. It was a break and retest level on Tesla. That's all you need. You guys know that's how I trade on a daily basis. Nothing has changed, and I wanted to go ahead and share that with you today. If you enjoyed today's video, if you learned something from it, press that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.